I was going to say why your student, like why people listening to this should be so excited about the skills and how we're sourcing things and the process of doing this is that, again, I've said this a few times, it's the beginning, and the skills are so high in demand right now as far as, creating, because again, when you think about, other types of artists like photographers, or maybe even a creative director or a brand director. Like one of our friends is now the president of Dolce and Gabbana, right? So they just did a set of these as well. And so, but he, it's about, yes, they have a vision, and then it's up to the next person to kind of either sketch out that vision or what it looks like. And then that's another piece. And then it's then transforming this in the digital world, right? How is that going to look? And then as a collaboration, like working on the flow of it and what the avatars are going to look like, and like all these other pieces to it, and kind of where it goes, right? It's in the demand, in the resource demand. Again, what did they say? 0.0007 or something of,
0.0009%.
Oh yeah, right. Understands what an NFT is, right? And
right.
Yeah, and you see like the skill set's only going to become so much more in demand as time goes on. And I know for us, especially, like we're thinking about these next collections that we want to do, and thinking about, okay, well, what resources that we want to do, and we're gearing up something for Fashion Week, right? And we want to kind of enhance the whole vision of that as well. And can we do like a pop-up, and can we do something where it's on screen, and what type of avatars do we want to use, and like all these different kind of aspects. And okay, let's think about the clothing. Like, what are we going to do? Is it going to be inspired by something? And it's a big team effort, I would say, especially like if, when you're designing something in the physical world.
Right. You need seamstresses and pattern makers and, dyers and all of those things. So we now have all of those things in the digital world, I guess.
Exactly. And people are going to have specialties and all different things. And people are going to be really good at designing things, and people are going to be really good at implementing, so you again, it's such an exciting place to be, because anyone that's learning these skills now, I guarantee you, the metaverse is only going to continue to grow. And you see these other worlds, and big companies, like we were at something for NFT NYC, where this one of the women that was on the panel, she's working with Pepsi, and she's working with all these major companies that are heavily investing into the metaverse to work on their e-commerce operations and how that will be affected by these new worlds, right? So it's kind of like this big chain, I think, that will be really exciting.
Yeah, well, for anybody out there as well who doesn't really comprehend what the metaverse is, how would you guys define it as you see it right now? Because it's ever evolving, like we've said too. But
it's ever evolving, and the metaverse is almost like it's the fifth dimension. They talk about like third dimension, fourth dimension. It's another dimension layered on top of reality. A lot of the worlds are based on maps of the world, and then a lot of the worlds are just based off of their own world. And so you can go in and visit different worlds within the metaverse. And fortunately, Facebook is now rebranding as Meta, which is to be a big, people don't confuse metaverse with Facebook.
Meta, yeah.
Meta is not metaverse.
Yeah.
They stole that name, FYI. Yeah, they just took the name. Seriously, they took the name from a small company and started using it, and just said, "We'll see before."
Wow.
Yeah, it's well, but like for the metaverse too, it's, James mentioned, it's these worlds, and within those worlds, there are villages, and there's stores, and there's homes, and the avatars actually live in this world, right? And you can create those experiences like the MoMA or any kind of different exhibit or whatever it is. And you can join your friends if you have the Oculus on, or you're using your iPhone.
You don't even need an Oculus, though. You can.
Right. No, I know. You can do it with your iPhone.
On an iPhone.
Yeah. Exactly, or on a computer. It's cool because you see these the metaverse is actually kind of mimicking real life, but even better in a lot of ways, because you do, like Jim said, you get to create your avatar. You get to figure out, what is this that I want to have on my piece of land that you've actually been gifted or purchased, right? And then the sky's the limit. And when we were also at NFT NYC, there's a woman there that was saying that she built a house. And of course, there's a lot of these skills that are transferable into all different aspects of design and build with this. And she flipped her house for $500,000.
Wow.
It's like,
Crazy.
what?
I know.
That is crazy. So why do you think people are spending so much money on these things? Is it
It's a rush to the market to grab the first of anytime you have a new market where there's a new anything, people are wanting to grab something and make money with it, really. And that's exactly what's happening. And that's kind of what's so exciting about what we're doing, is we're offering NFTs that are really created and designed for everybody, not just the people that can $50,000 on a pair of digital sneakers. Yes, some of the outfits are very expensive. We do have the couture outfits are going to start off at around, I think, 2 ETH, which is like $10,000.
Wow.
But that outfit, there's a lot of work went into that outfit, and you also get the personal experience with Miss J. I was a little bit kind of hesitant about the couture thing, but Miss J really wanted to do it, and DressX wanted to do it. And it just creates the mystique of the one of one type deal. So one person's gonna own this outfit, and that's it.
If people can't tell, we're in New York. Can you hear the sirens?
Oh yeah, I was wondering what that was.
I was going to say also to James's point that he said, that journey or how you're selling things as well. People that are in marketing and then collaborating with these designers and everything else. It's about the experience that you're giving the customer. So when they did this, they had the idea of, okay, let's do an online fitting with Miss J for the person that purchases the outfit, right? So how cool is that, right? So they're going to be doing that. And by the way, there's also a chance to go to Fashion Week to a show with Miss J. So you think about
an actual show or a digital show?
No, an actual show.
Or both.
Yeah, this is in the real world. We're actually auctioning off an NFT that represents the ability of you to come to New York and meet Miss J and go to a fashion show in front row during Fashion Week.
Wow, that's very exciting. I mean, it's also though you can, for those people who can't travel, maybe they're too far. I mean, I think the digital experience of this fashion show is going to be just as good as the actual one, right?
Exactly. So we're gonna have a digital fashion show this year that's going to be really kind of exciting to be part of. I think this year is going to be the first year we're trying to get listed in New York Fashion Week, but we'll see.
Oh, that's exciting. So tell me a little bit about the mechanics of creating a digital fashion show. Like you mentioned Maya before, so you're getting, you guys are kind of the creative vision behind it, and then you're getting some technical skilled artists to go in and build the runway physically. And, tell me a little bit about that and how that process works between you and your collaborators.
We're actually getting them to go in and build the runway and build the environment that is within the fashion show. And that's kind of where I get to play creative person. So